Dimensioning. A dimension style is a named collection of dimension settings that controls the appearance of dimensions, such as arrowhead style, text location, and lateral tolerances. You create dimension styles to specify the format of dimensions quickly, and to ensure that dimensions conform to industry or project standards. When you create a dimension, it uses the settings of the current dimension style. If you change a setting in a dimension style, all dimensions in the drawing that use the style update automatically. You can create dimension substyles that use specified settings for different types of dimensions. You can override a dimension style with dimension settings that deviate from the current dimension style. All dimension styles in your drawing are listed in the Dimension Style drop-down. To create a dimension style, click Home tab Annotation panel Dimension Style. In the Dimension Style Manager, click New. In the Create New Dimension Style dialog box, enter a name for the new dimension style, and click Continue. In the New Dimension Style dialog box, click each tab, and make any changes for the new dimension style. Click OK and then close to exit the Dimension Style Manager. Example: how to create dimension in paper space. In this tutorial, you create an architectural dimension style. Why? Because the default style is a mechanical look, and by changing it to architectural, you'll get a chance to work with many of the dimension style features. Follow these steps. Type units. Change the type to architectural. Draw a rectangle 40 wide by 30 high and zoom to its extents. Zoom out a little more so you have room for your dimensions. Choose Annotation tab. Click on Dimension Style to open the Dimension Style Manager. Click New. In the Create New Dimension Style dialog box, enter ARCH96 and click Continue. The 96 refers to the scale that we'll use later. Click Continue. The new dimension style, ARCH96 dialog box opens. Click the Lines tab. In the Dimension Lines section, you can make the dimension lines color, line type, and line weight different from the rest of the dimension. We'll leave it the same, which is more typical. To create the ticks, click the Symbols and Arrows tab. In the Arrowhead section, choose Architectural Tick from the first drop-down list. The second drop-down list follows suit automatically. Choose Open from the Leader drop-down list. The arrow size should be 3/16. Click the Lines tab again. Set the Extend Beyond Ticks value to 1/16. Leave the baseline spacing value at 3/8. This is the spacing between the dimension lines of two baseline dimensions. In the Extension Lines section, you can change the color, line type, and line weight of the extension lines. We'll leave them unchanged. Change the Extend Beyond Dim Lines value to 1/8. This is the amount that the extension lines extend beyond the dimension lines. Change the offset from origin value to 1/8. This is the distance from the object your dimensions to the extension line. Click the Symbols and Arrows tab, just to see what's there. You've already changed the arrowhead. The rest of this tab is for center marks, arcs, and radial dimensions, which don't concern us, so click the Text tab. The first step is to choose a text style. If you don't already have one, you can create it now. Click the ellipsis button to the right of the Text Style drop-down list. In the Text Style dialog box, click New. Name the style DimText96 and click OK. In the text style dialog box, choose a font from the font name drop-down list. Architects like a font that looks hand-drawn. I chose Stylus BT. If you don't have that on your system, choose another one. The important point is to keep the height at 00 because that allows the height in the dimension style to take precedence. Click Apply and click Close. Back in the new dimension style, ARCH96 dialog box, choose DimText 96 from the text style drop-down list. You can change the color of the text and also place a fill box around the text, but we'll leave these the same. The text height should be 3/16. Note that the fraction height scale text box is grayed out. We'll come back to that later. In the text placement section, choose Above from the vertical drop-down list. In the text alignment section, choose Aligned with Dimension line. Notice how the preview changes dramatically and starts to look like an architectural dimension. Click the Fit tab. This tab specifies how lines and arrows fit, especially if there isn't enough room. You also set the scale here. In the text placement section, choose Over Dimension Line, with leader. In the fine-tuning section, check the Draw Dim line between EXT lines so that even if the text can't fit between the extension lines, there's still a dimension line. In the Scale for Dimensions section, change the scale to 96. Of course, this value depends on the size of your model and the size of the paper you'll be using. You would use the Scale Dimension to Layout option for dimensioning in paper space on a layout. Click the Primary Units tab. From the Unit Format drop-down list, choose Architectural. Leave the precision as 1/16. From the Fraction Format drop-down list, choose Diagonal. In the Zero Suppression section, uncheck the 0 inches checkbox to show 0 inches. Now click the Text tab and change the fraction height scale value to 0.75. You can't do this until you've specified a unit format that uses fractions. If you want to include alternate units, such as metric, if your main units are imperial, use the Alternate Units tab. Click OK. In the Dimension Style Manager, with ARCH96 selected, click Set Current and click Close. You're now ready to dimension. Choose Dimension Linear or click Linear on the Dimension toolbar. Press Enter so you can select an object. Pick any side of the rectangle. Specify a location for the dimension line, leaving room for the text. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.